Hey, it's Dave. Welcome back to my channel. So today I asked the question, is shred dead? Before I get started, I'm playing my Strat that I kind of built, put it all together with a Warmoth neck. I bought the body on eBay. Pickguard comes from Pro Steel Guards out of Australia. The shirt I'm wearing is what a buddy gave me for my birthday. He's a big Reagan fan and gave me his Reagan shirt. And the shirt says, "The best social program is a job." And I was watching actually a great Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives last night. And this guy was a felon. And his folks basically bought him a restaurant when he got out of jail. And he's made this restaurant a big success. And he hires only felons. And he's trying to, get them on the straight and narrow. And I thought it was a real great, touching piece. And it's true. You give these guys a job and, hopefully they get their life turned around. I thought it was great. So for that, I wore the shirt today for my buddy. Because I just got back from meeting him out to grab a bite to eat. But anyways, I wanted to talk today about, is shred dead? Yes.
You're right on target.
No, I'm just kidding. Actually, no, it's not dead, but it's on life support, and the problem is I don't care. I'm just not a big fan of like instrumental metal stuff. I've never cared for like Satriani or Vi. Actually, I did like Vi's first two records because I felt like it was fresh off the heels of his Zappa days, and I could hear those influences, which I love. And then after that, I thought it was all fluff. I just can't stand it. And Satriani's stuff never did anything for me. I think he's a great player. Just don't care. So that's not my thing. It's like, it's like for people who don't like rap. If I tell you there's a guy who's a very talented rapper, you could be like, okay, he's great, but I don't care for that style and I don't like it. So it's the same type of thing. Or there's a great country singer, but you don't like country, but you recognize she has a great voice. Great. Wonderful. But it's the same thing. I just don't care for that. But I do, I do like solos in songs, as long as they're great. Like, back in the 80s, you had the, White Snake stuff was great. And, I love that solo that Vandenberg plays. And I do it in an earlier video of Here I Go Again. I think that's a great solo. And I think good guitar is worth a lot. And I loved, Alcatraz's first album with Yngwie. I thought was fantastic. And I'm a huge Van Halen fan. But I think in general, it just doesn't matter if the songs are good is what matters. And so the thing about shred that I like and the things that I teach about it are the techniques. And I think the technique can go a long way. And I think that way about country music too. The chicken picking, you can really, get some great stuff going. And it's great to learn for the technique. Because the more you have in your bag of tricks, the more in your arsenal, the more you're able to complement or do what you think can be used in the song. If you can hear it in your head when you're playing it, and you know how to get it, well then you're that much better at or more prepared. The old saying about luck is nothing but preparation meets opportunity. So in that respect, I've had a lot of people question me, including at my FM station show. Recently, a guy came up and he was wondering, he says to me, how come your hand doesn't really look like it's moving? It's like, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't think about it. Because I don't really watch people's hands so much, so I don't know what they're doing. But then I thought, well, let me see, when I see what he would do, and he was showing me, and it's just like he way too much thought about where his hand is and, in the few positions that he plays. So I'm going to show you a couple of things for picking. Now, the style of picking that I do most of the time, if I'm playing fast, is I'm using efficiency picking, or what I call cross picking. You can also call it sweep picking. But I pick, if I'm going down a string, the pick continues to fall down. If I'm going up and I'm on an upstroke, the pick stroke continues going up. So that way you're actually cutting down the actual number of times you're picking. For instance, if I show you this, so we're going to play a phrase, and it's going to be 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10. on the 4th and 3rd strings. We're going to play. I'll put it to the neck pickup. So with that, when I play it, if I'm playing it quick, I'm going down, up, down, continuing down. Notice my hand hasn't moved. Watch my hand. Down, up, down, down. But the down, down is just my hand falling back down. Then up, down. So we have down, up, down, down, up, down. Now I'm going to go to the 10th fret with the same shape of 10, 12, 13, 10, 12, 13, and continue it. So we have. So really, I'm only picking like 9 times when there's 12 notes. And so that's part of the trying to keep as little movement as you can. And when I play going down, I use my hand. I think of it as like a pendulum. If it's going down, it's going down. If it's coming up, I'm doing the same thing. I'm playing in that the mindset is my elbow here is controlling where I am to what string, and my picking is being picked like that. So one of the licks that I played in the opening there, where I was trying to show the technique, is I'm doing an up pick thing, which to me is the harder of the two, because you're going against gravity. This way it's easier just to drop your hand. And the lick that I played was 13, 12, 10, which is up, down, up, down, up. And then 12, 10, 9, again, the same picking. Then I went back to the 3rd string and I did the 3rd and 4th string again. So it's. And then I play the 12, 10, 8 of the 5th and 6th string. And then repeat that. And then go down to the 7 and up to the 12. Now the funny thing is I barely listened to that track when I was playing along to it. I heard that it was going to the F and then to the E. And I thought it was going to stay on the E, the 5, till it came back. So that's why I slid up to the E, because I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Had I known it was going to the G, I would have only went up to the D, the 10th fret. But whatever. I mean, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, well, now I'm playing the 6. But I would have not gone to the E there. I would have slid and been like, because the G, oh, I'm not even in tune anymore. But anyway, so that's really some of the technique you can work on and try and see how that works out for you. There's a really great shred guy here in Massachusetts, John Finn, who back in my West LA days, they all know, who worked with me, that I would play that as like the only instrumental guitar album that I would listen to willingly, I should say. But I would play it a lot for them, because he's a great player that has some great songs on. I think the album's called Don't Look So Serious. In fact, I love this one song that's like... something like that. Anyways, it's great. That's called Always a Bridesmaid. Great stuff. Great player. And he teaches over at Berkeley. But the thing to do is just to keep learning as many techniques as you can. There's so much stuff on YouTube to check out and listen to and cop licks. And it's good to just get as much technique as you can. My whole thing is I just don't really like when I see people doing and it's just technique and then all I watch is a display of their technique. I think like at that point I feel like I'm watching you practice, and I don't want to. I want to hear songs. You know, I was a very big, like growing up, Steve Lukather was like a big influence to me, and Neil Schon. They always played to the song. You know, it was like, it didn't just sound like they were trying to show you everything they knew, but they were playing things that were like very musical pieces inside of the song. Especially Neil. I mean, I love Steve, but Steve's voice is phenomenal. But I love Neil's playing in that technique of playing an alternate melody and making the song go somewhere else during that solo, which I thought was great. And yeah, so I mean, if I would love to get back to those days where where music was played like that. I just don't see it. I don't really know what's going on. I heard a band last night. I forget the name of them. I'm sure everybody here knows who they are. They're like a Zeppelin wannabe band. But do we need that? I don't know that we need it to sound exact like that. I mean, really, really, like, I can't believe it's snowing out right now. God. What the hell? But anyway, I don't know who's signing them and who thinks it's okay. It just sounds a little too derivative to me. I just, you know. But I would like for music to get back to more of its roots. And that would be a nice thing. But anyways, the number one thing to do is just to keep practicing. Something I never do anymore, which I need to, as you can hear from the intro that I did. And very good.
Look who's throwing stones.
You're right on target. You're right on the money. Everything you said. You hit the nail right on the head with your comments, what you're saying today. You're 150% correct.